Hey everyone, welcome to another time-lapse video. While the video is playing today, I'll be talking about how you can use social media to market your art, your product and services, and your brand from the perspective of an artist. I've been using social media for a very long time, so today I'm going to talk about my experiences and hopefully you can get some tips on how you can reach the potential of using social media for internet marketing. I'll be talking about the various social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and my blog, basically just the websites that I use personally. Before I start talking about social media, let me just talk a bit about the sketch that you are looking at. So this time-lapse video is actually a condensed version of a full-length tutorial that I have created for my patrons. I did not like this sketch that I drew a few weeks ago in Taichung during the Asia Link sketch walk, so I wanted to redo it and see if I can improve on it. So I made a tutorial out of it to share with my patrons. So if you want to support me on Patreon and support my YouTube channel, you can do so at the Patreon link in the video description below. Back to social media. Social media is such an incredible, powerful platform that every artist should really make full use of it. Now, if you want to make some side income, you can use social media to do so. If you want a full-time income, you can actually do so with social media, but the main thing is this: you have to put in the work. And with social media, which is actually just another word for internet marketing, you need to have a product or service to sell, and in this case it would be your art. Now, even if you do not want to sell anything, you still need to put out something in order to share. So before you can share, you need to have something, maybe a sketch, a painting, artwork. It can be anything. You need something to share before you can start sharing. Let's talk about the various social media websites and how you can market your work. We'll start with Instagram first. Instagram is one of the most popular social media platforms around. It's a very visual platform because people share photographs, pictures. For artists, we share our artworks, and because Instagram has so many people, there is going to be a lot of people who may be able to reach and see your work. So for them to be able to see your work, you have to first of all start sharing your work online. To get success on Instagram, you have to share your work consistently, like regularly. There's a reason why some artists, they share their work almost daily, and that is actually a lot of work. And most artists that share their work daily, they treat it like a full-time job. So that really is a lot of work, but you can definitely see the result when you put in that amount of effort. Personally, for me, I share my sketches on Instagram maybe once a week, and once a week is actually not enough if you want to really grow your Instagram audience, if you want to grow your followers. But that is the thing, it is a lot of hard work. I'm already stretched out by creating videos for my YouTube channel and writing content for my blog. I don't really have a lot of spare time to post artworks on Instagram or share them on Facebook or utilize Twitter. So the two main social platforms that I use are actually YouTube, my blog, and Instagram third. My advice is not to stretch yourself out too thin. Just focus on one or two social media platforms and post your work there consistently so that you can build a following. If you are just going to be posting once a week or once every 2 weeks, well, people may not even know you are still working as an artist or you are still creating art. So that's why posting consistently really matters a lot. To get followers on Instagram, it's not just about posting. You have to write some text, write some description to describe your work, or put some hashtags so that people can do a search and get to your image. If you are just posting a picture without any text, there's no way for people to actually do a search and reach your artwork. And if they cannot reach and see your work, they would not know that you are around. So posting consistently, writing captions for your artwork, and using hashtags, these are the three most important things when it comes to sharing your work on Instagram and getting some followers. And that's really all there is to using Instagram. The main bulk of your work really comes from creating art. So you're definitely going to be spending more time creating art. So after you have created the artwork, spend the 5 minutes to take a good picture of your artwork, spend the time to write the captions and do the hashtags. I promise you this is going to pay off huge in the long run. Alright, the next platform is Facebook. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Facebook. Once upon a time, you can get followers very easily on Facebook, and then they change the way they work. So now you have to sort of pay Facebook in order for your followers to see your post. That is quite disgusting in my opinion, because imagine this. People want to follow your Facebook page because they want to see your work, but because of the new changes, actually the new changes have been around for a very long time. Because of those changes, people who follow you are not able to see your work anymore. So what's the point of following you on Facebook? But for artists who have made it big on Facebook before the changes, I think they are doing quite well. But for artists who are starting out on Facebook, it is very difficult to get a good following to grow your audience unless you are willing to spend the money to promote your Facebook page. So I don't really have any concrete advice for people who use Facebook except to post consistently, to always consistently promote your Facebook page. And that is another reason why I do not like to use Facebook, because with Instagram, at least you can use tags and hashtags for people to search for your work. But on Facebook, when you write tags, when you use hashtags, it's not as easy for people to do a search and locate your work unless they already know that you exist, unless they already know your name. So you always have to be constantly promoting your Facebook page. It should be the other way around actually. Facebook should be the platform that constantly promote your work. And there are platforms, that are social media platforms that promote your work. Instagram is an example. YouTube is another example. So that's why I do not like Facebook. I'm sure there are artists who are doing very well on Facebook, just that for beginners, for artists who are starting out today, Facebook is not an easy platform to use to build a following. Twitter is another popular social media website. I have seen artists who are doing very well on social media. They share their work consistently on Twitter and they get a lot of positive comments on Twitter. But the thing with Twitter is almost similar to Facebook. You have to constantly promote your work. People who don't know that you exist, it's very hard for them to find you on Twitter. So Twitter to me is more like a communication platform where you want to reach your audience, or where the audience can reach you very easily. If they want to message you something, if they want to communicate with you, I think Twitter is a very nice platform to do so, because there aren't a lot of features on Twitter. I mean, communication, it's the main thing there. The downside of Twitter is there is too much information there, and people follow a lot of other people on Twitter. So whenever you post a content, whenever you post a tweet on Twitter, people who are following you may have to scroll through a lot of content in order to see what you have posted, and sometimes they may miss it. So that really is the downside because there's just too much information on Twitter. The next social media platform I want to talk about is YouTube. YouTube is one of the most powerful social media platforms, the most powerful internet marketing tool available to artists today. And one of the main highlights of YouTube is they constantly promote good content. So if you put out a video that is good, that is popular, YouTube would be able to know it within a day, and they would promote the hell out of that video. So that's how you can get access to new followers. You can build your audience so easily on YouTube. No other platform does it the way YouTube does it. YouTube constantly promotes good content. They promote their creator if they are good. I mean, Instagram, it relies on people to search for your content. On Facebook, you have to pay Facebook. On Twitter, again, information overload. But on YouTube, YouTube would promote your content. And not just that, if you are a YouTube partner, if you have an AdSense account, they would actually pay you to make videos on YouTube. And if your videos are popular, you actually get to earn some money. YouTube would actually pay you some money. And how much does YouTube pay you? For every $1 advertising revenue that they get, they pay out 55%. But you're not going to make a lot of money through those 5-second ads like that, because for every 1,000 views, you're only going to earn around US $1 to $1.50, which is not a lot. So if you have 1,000 views on your video, you're just going to make $1. That's definitely not enough to make a living. But when you have a large audience, a lot of possibilities would open up. For example, sponsors may start looking for you. Sponsors may want to pay you money to mention their brand or products. If you have a book to sell, if you have an online course to sell, you can now reach a larger audience, and you just need a small fraction, a small percentage of the audience to buy your product, and you can make more money compared to making money through the views. For example, right at the start of this video, I mentioned my Patreon page. Patreon is a subscription service where your supporter can pledge a certain dollar amount to support you money or to support you per content creation. So each time I mention my Patreon page where the tutorials are, or if I mention my Gumroad page where I'm selling my online courses, if I get 1 or 2 new subscribers to my Patreon, or if I sell 1 or 2 courses, that would have been a very positive outcome for me. And the larger your audience, the more potential, the more opportunities you are going to get. For example, because of the audience I have on YouTube, sometimes I will get review units for pen displays, graphic tablets to feature on my blog. And recently I was invited to make videos at the AsiaLink Sketchwalk in Taichung, because the organizers feel that using YouTube, using my platform, is a good way to publicize their event to even more people. So those are the opportunities I'm talking about. I may not make money from those activities, but they do help create more variety for the type of content that I create on my channel. I can actually talk non-stop about YouTube, but I'm going to do that in a separate video. Anyway, if you want to be successful on YouTube, the strategies is actually not very different from using other social media platforms. Create more work to share them online, post them consistently, write some text so that people can search for them. That's basically it. Create work regularly, consistently, share them online regularly, consistently. There's actually a lot of other things I can talk about social media, such as how you can make money through social media, but that would make this video too long, so I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. Anyway, this video is meant to be an introduction on how you can use social media to market your work. I just want to let you understand the potential of social media and the opportunities you can get by utilizing it to the fullest extent. Now, when I talk about potential, it's just based on my personal experience. I believe there are artists who can push the platform to even further. Okay, so that's the end of my video today. And the last thing I want to promote or talk about is actually the series of internet marketing articles that I have written on my blog. So if you are an artist, you want to make use of the internet to market yourself, do check out those internet marketing articles that I have written. You can read them. The link is in the video description below. And that's all for my video today. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and listening. See you in the next video. Bye.